The journey was long, but the hands of time remained still on what used to be the birthplace and home of civil rights leader Dr. Benjamin Elijah Mays. After 3 years of work, the Palmetto Conservation Foundation, in coordination with Gleam's Human Resource Commission, restored, purchased, and moved Mays' birthplace from Epworth, South Carolina to Greenwood. Some say the birthplace of Dr. Mays is one of the most significant historical sites in South Carolina associated with the civil rights movement. Mays' life story is an example of success against all odds. Born into a family of sharecroppers in 1895, Mays developed a strong dislike for his family's demanding lifestyle and found a way to escape it.
And he did not feel very comfortable in the agricultural setting. And so he found early in life that he could acquire himself some education.
Obtaining an education was not a tangible goal for many African Americans in the early 1900s.
Well, being removed about a generation or so from slavery, it wasn't that long when people of color weren't even allowed to read and write, and they certainly weren't accepted in most of your white learning institutions.
Growing up, Mays experienced countless acts of racism.
Early in life, Dr. Mays experienced a mob approaching his house, and his father having to take his hat off and bow down to the mob several times. And this mob was as a result of the Phoenix riots that took place in and around Greenwood. And that made an impression on him, that stayed with him.
As a young child, Mays could only attend school 4 months out of the year. However, as a teenager, he was allowed to attend the high school portion of South Carolina State College in Orangeburg. He went on to earn an undergraduate degree from Bates College in Maine and both master's and doctoral degrees from the University of Chicago. The young boy that was raised in a 4-room house without an indoor bathroom or kitchen achieved professional success as well. He was a Baptist minister and served as president of Morehouse College in Atlanta, Georgia from 1940 until 1967. He also served as an advisor to the United States Presidents Johnson and Carter. He also influenced several civil rights leaders. One of the most notable ones was Dr. Martin Luther King. Obtaining the home of such an influential and stellar leader was a difficult process.
It was extremely difficult. That house is located down at Epworth. And it was owned by the descendants of the sharecroppers, of the folks who owned the property, and they just would not sell it. The house was full of straw. As a matter of fact, they had kept straw in there for years, sitting out on the side of the road. And finally, we were able to purchase the house from the wife of the gentleman who was deceased, that owned the property.
During the renovation, it was important to keep the racially motivated graffiti on the exterior of the Mays house. Preservers say they did this because the vandalism also serves as a history lesson.
You know, we went through an era in this state and in this country where the Ku Klux Klan was a force to be reckoned with.
Seeing the birthplace of a man from such humble beginnings sends a message of hope to people of all walks of life.
Dr. Mays is an example for someone who had nothing, who rose to the apex of American education and American citizenship. And I think that means something to everybody.
Mays' birthplace is a physical reminder of the social and economic barriers placed on African Americans and how one man overcame the limitations and was able to achieve great success against all odds.